Welcome back everyone to my Manchester United save on FM17. What an episode we're in for today. We've got FC Porto at first, then we've got the big one against Arsenal. In the last episode, we drew 1-1 against Sevilla in the Champions League group stage. We have to beat Porto at Old Trafford in today's episode. We have to get those all-important 3 points. If we do, we're pretty much in the knockout stages. Now, I've only played the 2 games off camera since the last episode, the first being this 1-0 away win against Sunderland. The goal coming from Romelu Lukaku, he was alongside Marcus Rashford for this game up top. Those two really developing a bit of a partnership, as you'll see, hopefully, in today's episode. Then we were back home to take on Everton, where we smashed them 4-0. Andre Horta, Smalling, Rashford and Angel Gomez on the score sheet. It was Gomez's goal. It was Rashford onto Lukaku. He passed that first time, and look at the power Gomez puts behind his shot. He just strikes it so confidently as well. Through on goal, outside the box as well, and Everton's keeper absolutely stunned. So there we go, that's the only 2 games that I've played off camera. You can see how well Angel Gomez is developing. He's starting to get a lot more first team football, whether that's coming off the bench or even, well, he's only started 2 games in the Premier League for United, and when he has, he's been brilliant. And that brings us up to date. That brings us to today's episode. We start things off in the Champions League at home to Porto, then we'll finish up against Arsenal. But that is the league table then as it stands. Tottenham, of course, following close behind. They will not give up their pursuit, even though we're 12 games in. Although they do trail us by 7 points, Arsenal by 8 points. If we can beat Arsenal, we can widen that gap to a mighty 11 points. And there is our group as well as it stands. If we can beat Porto, we can close the gap on them and also qualify for the knockout stages. It was coming. It's happened. Man City have sacked Louis van Gaal. Is that now his final game in football as a manager? They are looking for a new manager. Former United manager Louis van Gaal has gone. They've finally sacked him. I mean, they have been a lot poorer than they have over the last couple of seasons. I mean, how long's he been in charge of City now? It's got to be last 2 seasons. Well, Simon Davis will be caretaker for now, but look at their recent results. They lost to Liverpool, Newcastle. They lost to us at Old Trafford. They lost to Derby County. Whereas in the Champions League, things have been looking really well for them. They lost to Arsenal. They lost to Everton. They've just simply lost all the big games. And they find themselves 15th in the league. Here we go then. So United against Porto. This is the team I'm going with. We need that win today, and I'm sure we can get it. Got De Gea in goal. Baines, Smalling at the back. We got Lindelof, Dyer and Luke Shaw in for Daley Blind, who finds himself on the bench. We've got Horta and Pogba, Hazard back to first team football, and Rashford and Lukaku up front. Lewandowski dropping to the bench. You can see his average rating overall in the league really well, but in the Champions League just not as good as it was compared to our winning campaign last season. Angel Gomez is on the bench, so it was Mata, Fosu Mensah, Blind, as you know, in Valencia. But for Porto, they've got Kalinic in goal. Lyoun starts. They've got Andre in central midfield. Corona, who caused us a few problems. And the Skater starts, who scored the winner against us. Luke Shaw. Back to David De Gea. Got to go back to go forward sometimes. Chris Smalling. Horta back to De Gea again. What's going on? I hope they realise that it's not actually Louis van Gaal that's in charge of the team. He's picked out Rashford there perfectly, to be fair. Thinking of Louis van Gaal getting sacked by City. I wonder who they're going to replace him with. Good control there from Luke Shaw. Crosses it in. Finds Rashford. It's 1-0. Really good, positive start. Strong start from Manchester United. It's Rashford with the first goal. Just under 2 minutes gone. We'll see that again. Luke Shaw's control of the ball, though, after that pass from Pogba. Brilliant. How he just brings it down and then crosses it in for Rashford at such a tight angle as well, right through the legs of the defender. Porto with a free kick here. Sousa hits the crossbar. And what quick reactions. What a save from David De Gea. And just no advice needed to be applied there. We've got another corner here. Hazard to take. Swings it in. And it's Eric Dyer. Gets in. Almost bursts the net for United. 2-0. 37 minutes gone. I like his little celebration as well. And that's the bottom line, because Eric Dyer said so. 2-0. Hit that with such venom. Look at that. Boom! Keeper didn't stand a chance. A really good, comfortable position now that we find ourselves in. We're 2 points behind Porto as it stands. We might be able to win this group if Porto lose their last game of the in the group stages. I'll be calm. I'm very happy with the way things are. Keep it up. Keep it going. Do I need to apply any advice there? Nothing to change. I might bring on Fosu. I mean, Andre Horta looks as though he's flagging out there, even though he's put in a good shift. We need him fresh for the next game in a couple of days against Arsenal. Sousa takes the free kick again. Takes it short this time to Corona, who has a go, but it's wide of the target. Still 2-0 here then to United. I do expect Porto to improve for the second half. Sevilla 2-0 up against Maccabi Tel Aviv now. But I think they're out of the race to qualify for the knockout stages. Here's Victor Lindelof. Passes to Dyer. Onto Pogba. Through the middle for Hazard. Rashford. Back out wide to Lindelof. In plenty of space. Swings it in, and it's Romelu Lukaku who makes it 3-0. Surely that is the game right there. Under an hour played. Surely that has to be it. It's that home advantage. We're just too good for Porto. I was feeling pretty confident heading into this game, just simply because we're at home. Sousa switches the play now. Brilliantly done. Plenty of space for Corona, who's in. And it's a silly challenge from Eric Dyer. He's conceded the penalty. He's not even going to get booked for it though, or even sent off, thankfully. But I was hoping he was going to keep a clean sheet here. But with them having Lyoun step up and take, who was linked with a move to United a couple of seasons ago. Oh, he's missed! Why isn't he finishing that? Why is he just standing there when it's hit the post? They need to fix that. I'm going to bring on Blin now for Chris Smalling. We need Smalling fresh for the game against Arsenal. But why isn't Lyoun tapping that into the back of the net instead of allowing Smalling to come in? Rashford! His effort flashes wide. Fosu Mensah. Yeah, there we go. He was waiting for Lindelof to open himself up. It's back to Fosu, and that is full time. Got some money from that game against Porto. We have qualified for the first knockout round. Even Sevilla beating Tel Aviv wasn't enough. We've beaten Porto 3-0. We are into the next round. Hopefully we can win the group. That'd be nice. We've just got to hope that Porto lose their final game. We've got Tel Aviv next away. We should be able to do that. Eric Dyer was impressive against Porto. I mean, look at this. 9 starts in the Premier League, 1 goal. He's been a lot better in the Champions League. 5 starts, 2 goals with a 7.88 rating. He's been brilliant since putting pen to paper, the 26-year-old. A world-class midfielder. Up next then, we've got Arsenal in the lunchtime kickoff on Saturday. It's just a couple of days away. Hopefully this tactic will see us through at the Emirates today against Arsenal. For Arsenal then, it's Fruchtel that starts in goal. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Christian Fruchtel, at the age of 20. He's come from Bayern Munich. They signed him for 16.75 mil in the summer. It's an interesting one. They've got Bellerin starting, Koscielny, Rodrigo and Rahman. Nainggolan and Ramsey start in central midfield. Ox, Firmino, Sanchez and Alexander Lacazette. How well has he done so far this season? Ooh, it's been a lot better for him. 6 starts in the Premier League, 5 off the bench, 8 goals. Certainly looking good. Reece Nelson on the bench. He'll be one to watch out for, especially if he comes on. Maybe he's an impact sub with that pace. Gomez, Campbell, Gaia. But for United, it's that 4-4-2 formation. I'm really hoping it sees us through today. Eric Dyer starts, former Spurs man, against Arsenal. Hazard, Rashford and Lukaku with that partnership up front. Come on, lads. Looking for Lacazette there. He did start against us in the UEFA Europa League final in my first season when he was at Lyon. And failed to make an impact. Failed to make an impact against United overall in this save. So he's been at Arsenal now for the past 2-3 seasons. Bay on to Lindelof. That's a really good ball to Hazard. He's in space. He's through. It's Not 1-0 to Man United. Lindelof taking the throw for United. Always seems to be our go-to guy that gets things moving. Pogba onto Lukaku. Hazard through the middle. Hazard's in again. This time he puts it away. It's 1-0 United from a Chelsea man. Can just imagine the Arsenal fans seething just at the fact that he's a former Chelsea guy. And not just because he's gone and scored the first goal here. But I'm not sure what Bellerin's doing. Keeping an eye on Rashford, I think, which allowed that space for Hazard to run into and to go one-on-one with Christian Fruchtel. And there we go, 1-0 at the Emirates. 25 minutes gone. Luke Shaw on a yellow card now. We are controlling things possession-wise and shots-wise. They've got a corner though. Alexis Sanchez, he's finding too much space apparently. So let's see if we can apply the advice there. Done. Don't think that changed anything for Sanchez, did it? It was just Roberto Firmino. Maybe it's Firmino that we need to shut down, who's supplying Sanchez or allowing Sanchez time off the ball to run into that space. Here is Sanchez, has the ball stolen off Horta. A lot better. Horta loses it again, but it's Victor Lindelof there in support. Pogba through the middle for Hazard. Rashford now. Rashford, oh, Hazard is in! Oh, what a goal! Yes, get in! What a finish from Eden Hazard. He's on for a hat-trick now. He like chipped Christian Fruchtel, who slightly came out to meet him. But look at Rashford. Look at the run from Hazard. Oh, what a finish. We've seen so many brilliant goals this season, and we're not even halfway through. Hazard finds Horta. Could we be on for a third here before half-time? Dyer in for Hazard. Rashford hits it again. Another block. It's all over the place at the moment. Rashford gets his shot away, but it's an easy save for Fruchtel in the end. Rahman is a header away. Here is Caceres, Lacazette, Chamberlain. I think he thought about having a shot, but he didn't take it. And it might have cost them. Rashford, can he latch on to the end of that? No, he can't. It's Bellerin that gets to it first and gives it to Rodrigo. And putting them under a bit of pressure in that final thirds, their defence. Forcing them to try and make a mistake. Horta back to De Gea. That's it. Comfortably pass it around the pitch. We've got Arsenal right in the palm of our hands at the moment. Luke Shaw committing to Chamberlain. Slide Bellerin in. Bellerin crosses the ball in and it's 2-1. Lacazette with the goal. There I am speaking too soon in the first half. We'll be assertive and tell the players to concentrate. Did let ourselves slip a little bit there at the back. Shaw should be making a challenge on Bellerin. And Lacazette the near post finish. Porto to Lewandowski. Lukaku. Eric Dyer. Pogba hits it! Oh! Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Again from Paul Pogba. It's 3-1 United. That's his 7th goal of the season. With just 8 minutes to go. Another... Oh, takes the touch. And he just curls it around into that bottom right-hand corner. Absolutely exquisite stuff from Paul Pogba. That's another goal of the season candidate right there. I'm going to bring on Fosu Mensah then for Pogba. We need Pogba fresh. I know he's put in a really good performance, but as I say, I want to keep him fresh for our next game. And I think I'm right in saying, I'm going to bring on Valencia as well. I think I'm right in saying that we've got because we won the Champions League last season, we've got the Club World Cup finals coming up soon. So there is a massive gap in our calendar. Could be next actually, or maybe after the Newcastle game. I'll have a look at that in a moment. But here is Valencia trying to bomb down the right side, but gets cut short. Chamberlain finds Roberto Firmino, former Liverpool man, on the ball. Joel Campbell feeds it out wide to Bellerin. Patient possession here from Arsenal, and they found a way back into this game with seconds to go. Campbell with another goal drawn back for Arsenal. It's 3-2 now. Hopefully we don't let that concentration slip any further and go and concede another and let this game finish 3-3. Can make do with that. I mean, this is such a huge win if we can pull it off. Find ourselves 11 points above Arsenal in the league. Just keep hold of the ball now. Waste time. Lukaku. Oh, no, no, no. Bellerin intercepts. Campbell. Blow the whistle, ref, please. Campbell. Oh, well done, Eric Dyer. Former Spurs man as well. Against Arsenal. Again, the Arsenal fans would be seething at that. Rodrigo back to Fructor. Surely that's it. Yes! Get in. Full time. 3-2 United. Wow, just look at those results today. City, without a full-time manager, have beaten Tottenham, which is even better news for us after beating Arsenal, because we find ourselves 10 points clear of Spurs, 11 points clear of Arsenal. What a start. This is one of the best starts I've ever had on FM to a new season. Chelsea, City, Liverpool down in the bottom half of the table. That's weird to see that. Lindelof has been a great servant. Low disappointment with the result against friendly rival Payne. I don't think he's not a friend of mine. Not sure what he's banging on about. But up next, wow, just look at those results. So many huge results there. Up next we've got Watford's. Then we've got Maccabi Tel Aviv. And then we've got the knockout stage draw. So the next episode, yeah, we've definitely got the Club World Cup Championship final to be playing, as we simply have no fixtures there. So we've got that to look forward to in the next episode, plus the Champions League knockout stage draw. Can't wait for that. Join me for the next episode then, guys, to find out who we get and whether we can pick up yet another piece of silverware to add to our trophy cabinet. But for now, that's it for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed. See you all soon.